When Roy recovered from his retching, his head felt fuzzy, and his legs were starting to turn to jelly. But the butcher didn't give him time to rest. "Come here and take the knife. I'll teach you how to make a perfect cut. Let's start with strength control. Start here and cut upward." I said up. "The fuck are you cutting? Damn it. Put your back into it." Every little mistake Roy made earned him a harsh scolding from Fletcher. "Gods," he complained quietly. "Not only does the apprentice have to wade through the bloody scene, they have to endure this scolding and get worked to the bone." It didn't take long for Roy to start feeling sore in his arms. His constitution was 1 point lower than a healthy adult. Because of that, he would tire easily. The exhaustion from his body and soul was starting to take a toll, wearing him down. Why did I ask to be an apprentice? I did this to myself. Even though Roy was grumbling in silence, he finished the job Fletcher gave him. It was more important than his own feelings, but the point here was that every livestock he killed granted him EXP. I am working for someone else after all. Even so, I get to train my body, gain EXP, and I even have meat. Perfect. Nothing to complain about. His first day of being an apprentice finally came to an arduous end after butchering 2 cows. The clients were from another village, and Fletcher received 10 crowns for his service. "Business ain't this good every day," Fletcher told him. Kea only had 100 families or so. Even if they included business from the other villages, it wasn't as if Fletcher had work all the time. When their job was done for the day, Fletcher, in all his generosity, gave Roy a piece of meat the size of his hand. Fletcher didn't see him as free labor either. He'd pay Roy 1 crown per week, but Roy didn't complain. He was just starting out in that line of work, so money wasn't important early on. "What should we do with the innards, Uncle Fletcher?" "Toss 'em out." The world of The Witcher was similar to the European continent in Roy's past life. Not everyone could stomach the innards of livestock. After the bigger livestock were butchered, their innards would be buried in the wilds and burned. Either that, or they'd be fed to the fish in a river. "Can I take them?" Roy didn't care that much. He lived in Sea Nation in his past life, where everyone ate everything under the sun, and he had his fair share of innards. Innards? So what? Meat is meat. He was a growing boy, and he'd get his hands on any food. As dusk started to fall, the shadows became longer, connecting them to the twilight world. Roy washed the blood from the butcher's yard and left with a heavy